What's good, fight fans? Your Majesty speaking. Um, I've been thinking over the past few weeks, the buildup for Norman versus Haney has been the most exciting part of this Ring 4 card, which the main event is David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. However, I think they should switch it. I think there's more people that want to see Devin Haney versus Brian Norman than there is that wants to see David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. And I get it. The fight is in Saudi Arabia, and Yarde may have a lot of fans in the UK that's probably flying into that fight who probably want to see him as the main event. But I can't see the buzz for that fight being as big as the buzz for Haney versus Norman. And I don't know if it's the promotion that's focusing on this fight to actually sell the pay-per-view, because that's my assumption. I believe that they are focusing the blunt of everything on Brian Norman versus Devin Haney because pay-per-views will sell for that fight in the United States. Now, tickets may sell for Anthony Yarde versus David Benavidez, seeing as though they are in Saudi Arabia, and I'm pretty sure Anthony Yarde has a decent sized following in the UK that will probably be able to travel to that fight. But I believe that the focus for Devin Haney and Brian Norman is strictly to sell pay-per-views to the American audience. And to be honest, I think it should be moved to be the main event. It's the fight that everybody's clamoring for. It's the fight that everybody wants to see. I believe it's probably going to be the most competitive fight on the card. I don't think and Sam Noakes, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him too often, but I do know Abdullah Mason is the goods, and I don't think he'll have a tough time. I don't think. I could be wrong. Bam, I can see Bam going in there and putting in work like he always do. And David Benavidez, I think Yarde and Benavidez will be close, in the beginning, but I think Benavidez will start to pull away. I know Yarde normally have stamina issues towards the end of the fights. And so I believe that Devin Haney versus Brian Norman is probably the fight where you can say, I can see either guy winning. And like I said, I think it should be the main event. I think it should be the fight that gets moved to the main event. Now, granted, I understand that Benavidez versus Yarde is for 2 belts, which I didn't know that Bivol dropped any other belts other than that WBC, if I'm not mistaken. And so it looks like this fight is for a vacant title as well as the belt that Benavidez has, which is the WBC. And maybe that's why they're going with that fight as the main event. But the fight that I want to see is Haney versus Norman. And the build-up for it is kind of getting me hyped for it. I've seen Brian Norman fight 3-4 times before, but never got an opportunity to see his personality. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm liking what I'm saying. I'm liking his responses to the questions that's being asked. I'm liking his non-responses to the questions that's being asked. Like, one of the things I hate in boxing from a lot of these reporters are the clothes that they got on, or what new car did you get? Like, bro, as a boxer fan, I don't give a fuck about what you driving or none of that other shit, bro. I want to know how you plan on defeating the guy on the opposite end of the ring. And, if you're going to talk trash or whatever the case may be, make it funny, make it witty, and keep it moving. And so one of the things I like from Brian Norman is when they asking him to rate these outfits, he like, bro, I don't care about no outfits, bro. Like, I'm here to throw hands and that's it. Like, I ain't tripping. I like how he is responding to Devin Haney's mimicking of Floyd, the whole, you violate, I'm gonna demonstrate and all that other shit. Now he called him out on it. You know what I'm saying? Like he said. And one of the things that Bud said to Canelo, cool, I've been fighting nobodies. I'm a bum. You are somebody. So make sure when I whoop you, you can't claim that you wasn't a nobody. Nobody else can make a claim that you wasn't that good or whatever the case may be. I want my credit. So make sure you remember that I'm a C+ fighter. I'm a bum. I'm on your meat, whatever you want to call it. Remember all that stuff. And when I stomp a mud hole in that ass, like Bud said, keep that same energy. But Brian Norman Jr. is gaining a fan out of me, and it's not because I hate Devin Haney. I know how a lot of y'all are. If you like one fighter, you can't like the next. If they, on a collision course, or it's the Kobe and LeBron thing, or the Jordan and LeBron thing. If you like Kobe, you can't like LeBron. If you like this I don't give a fuck about that. I like a lot of fighters, and if they fight each other, I'm still gonna like both fighters. I may pick a side or maybe not pick a side, but I don't feel like I feel like I have to have an allegiance to anybody, based on if I like what I see, I'm gonna say I like what I see. And Brian Norman Jr., the way he responded, I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? And like Devin Haney has never been a big talker or a person that's going, keep you intrigued with his wordplay, which it makes sense why Bill Haney is the one always doing the talking, because Devin Haney is almost like Boots Ennis. They're gonna keep saying the same stuff repetitive over and over, and eventually it's gonna get kind of boring. Now, Brian Norman, funny as fuck. Like I like this shit, brother. You were somebody, right? Okay, cool. I like that. I like it. And it seemed to me like he just wants smoke. And I hope that the fight is everything that I expected to be. Like I said, I see ways that I was going to say something, but I'm not. I see ways that both people can win. I see ways that Devin Haney can win. I see ways that Brian Norman can win. And I'll do a breakdown somewhere down, closer towards the fight. But I'm excited about this fight. I was excited about Virgil Ortiz and Lubin, and now I'm excited about this fight. And like I said, one thing I do want to do is shout out Devin Haney, because he is taking the fights. He don't pick and choose for the most part. Outside of him not fighting Shakur Stevenson, 9 times out of 10 he fighting the people that we want to see him fight. And even though I don't think Brian Norman was a huge name, once Boost left, Brian Norman is the guy at 147. So it's only so much you can ask of Devin Haney. But once again, shout out to Devin Haney and Bill Haney for taking this fight, because once again, they didn't have to. They could have fucking fought who the weakest champion. Mario Barrios or some shit. They probably could have fought Barrios and got an easy chip at 147. But he fighting Brian Norman Jr. Much respect to him. Much respect to Brian Norman Jr. for even taking the fight, because on the flip side, Brian Norman Jr. could have said, shit, I'm the champion and I want to have a homecoming fight and I want to fight this tune-up or whatever the case may be. Once again, when people like Devin Haney at 26, 27 years old and Brian Norman at 24, 25 years old sign on to fight each other, boxing wins. I win as a fan. Regardless of who I choose, I respect both of these guys for getting in the ring. What I don't respect is the Tank shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's no shot at Tank, but I believe fighters owe it to the sport to make certain fights when we want them. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because fighters depend on us fans to pay for these stupid ass pay-per-views, which once again, I'm going to do a video about this DAZN shit, because it pisses me off that every time we turn around, it's a change of plan. It's $9.99 and then it's $19.99 and then it's no more pay-per-views because pay-per-views is dead. And then it's, well, now we're gonna charge y'all $30, but you gotta get the pay, but you gotta pay for the pay-per-views. It's just too much dumb shit. Stick with one thing. You get your fans on a course where we get used to something that's good, and then you bait us. You pretty much horn us around. If I'm keeping it a buck, telling us one thing to get the draws off, but then once you get the you know, you like fuck it. So and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I get it. All the boxing is in one place at this point, and so you know it makes sense to up it a little bit. But come on, man, we got to do better than this. We got to do better. You can't give me the pay-per-views is dead shit, and then next thing I know, you charge me for pay-per-views, or you charge me $50 a month, and I might not even get a pay-per-view in this month. I don't like that shit. But sorry for the rant. Back to Devin Haney. I believe Devin Haney versus Norman should have fucking been the main event. It should be the main event. Shout out to both of those guys for accepting this fight when they did not have to. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Norman versus Haney should be the main event? Do y'all think y'all okay with Benavidez being the main event? Do you think why did they not promote Benavidez if he the main event? Why did they not promote? Is it because Canelo lost and they don't have nobody's name to use for Benavidez? Like what? Let me know what y'all think it is, man. But if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I drop future videos. Also, share the video. And if you have not followed my social medias, please do so. They are in front of you. And until next time.